But we're gonna move right along from the 3-stone bracelet into our halo pendant. Now stop it. We have to just stop the show for a second. 1998. 1998.
1998.
Is this for real?
It is for real, and I'm gonna walk over to Nadia if you don't mind.
Okay.
And I wanna show what before and after looks like with this pendant, okay?
All right, and now I believe the pair sold out, which is the one she has on.
Here I come. Oh, you have the pair on?
Yeah, and the pair sold out. So
What do we have left?
We have the round.
Pair is the one that's left.
We do. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Pair is the one. I think there was 5 round left, and I think they were gone.
Well, how many pair do we have?
They're already gone. Well, there you go.
Oh, we have. I'm sorry. I must have written it.
Nadia, do you mind if I move this
okay.
necklace on you?
I apologize.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it to the side so you can see what her look is like without that solitaire hanging down. Okay, so it's just very plain. So yes, the blouse is beautiful and her skin is beautiful. She's young, good for her. We're going to put this back in place though, and suddenly it's just like magically this beautiful, giant, multi-carat, perfect natural diamond look is floating on her neckline. And if you could back the camera up just a little bit, I want you to see how it accentuates the overall look. It's simple, it's classic, it's subtle, it's beautiful, it doesn't interfere with anything else she's wearing. It just has this little moment that says, I'm one of those ladies who lunches. I'm one of those ladies who gets it. I don't have to actually worry about it. Don't you feel that way? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look beautiful. Thank you for letting me do that.
Yeah, I just think it's that little bit of sparkle, and this to me, no one will question that it's not real. No one will say, oh, that's faux. You know, the beautiful thing about Absolute is really no one will be the wiser unless they have a trained eye, unless they put it under a microscope, underneath, you know, a little loop to be able to tell. And that's one of the things that when you get this at home and you realize for $19.98, you are looking at that beautiful pear cut, which is always so expensive, and it's a fancy cut.
It's a fancy cut. It's one of the rarest cuts.
Right.
I love a cut that you probably don't have it in a solitaire like this. You probably don't see it coming and going. You'll be the only one amongst your friends who has this. I like to feel special. I like to feel first. I like to feel the only one. I think a lot of us are like that. We want to be the one that our friends look to and go like, oh, she always has the newest or the best or the most fabulous. Now you wonder why I had that taken off of you? Well, you had it on backwards.
But, okay.
It was just backwards. So.
Do you know what's so funny? I was fidgeting with it and it felt like it was, but I wasn't sure because I couldn't see.
It was just backwards, and it happens on camera. It's worse than looking in the mirror. When I watch the...
you know what's bad is I'm not the one who put it on.
You know when you watch that previous clip where she draws the eyebrows on?
Yes.
You know, while looking...
Oh, Stacy.
While looking in the camera.
Yeah, that's good.
I can't even put jewelry on. Imagine how hard that must be. But when you look at this, I'm gonna interrupt you here a second. For $19, you cannot even get a half a tank of gas. All right, so I know you're thinking to yourself, $19, this must be like some, you know,
no, it's beautiful.
Candy Cracker Jack box jewelry. No, it's not. This was an opportunity purchase on the part of our buying team. The quality that you're seeing here is Absolute quality. It is stunning. If you've not tried Absolute, the most favorite diamond simulant in the world, if you've not tried it, this is an easy way to say, well, you know what, it doesn't cost a whole bunch. Let me get it home and just see if I like it.
Right, and this is, for those of us who don't want big and bold, those of us who want dainty but noticeable, those of us who want something that you could wear every single day and not take off, this is that piece. I think even if it's gonna sound silly, but like if you're walking the dog, you're going to the grocery store, you're maybe just going to the gym or you're doing yoga, this is a piece of jewelry that you will leave on all the time. You will never have to take it off.
Can I tell you the grocery stores, you mentioned the grocery store, and I had gotten to this point in my age, I don't know if this has happened to you, where I go to the grocery store and I think to myself, oh, who cares how I look? I'm just going to get groceries.
Now, my sister would beg to differ with you.
Well, your sister's right. Last week, one of you gals there at home ran into me at the grocery store and recognized me and started chatting me up and everything. And I was just standing there so embarrassed that I looked like the wreck of the Hesperus. I was like, I was just going to the grocery store. And it was a reminder, don't leave the house without a couple of things that just say, wow, this is a really easy way to do that. Put it on, don't worry about it. Leave it on all the time. It layers beautifully, it stacks beautifully.
And it's 1995.
And it's 1995.
And it's actually 1998,
Oops,
sorry.
excuse me.
So 1998. Now the chain, just to kind of give you a little rundown here, is 18 inches in the length. You have your spring ring closure here in the back, so there's your spring ring closure. You have a cable link chain. It's a fine chain, but it doesn't, you wouldn't want a super thick chain because it would overwhelm the cut.
No, the idea is that the stone is floating magically, and it's not about the chain. Also, you notice the hidden bail on the back of the stone, the way it's mounted?
Yes.
So the chain actually just slides floats through that bail. And you know what? You probably could change out the chain on a pretty delicate chain if you wanted to change it up.
I think that it's perfect though.
But I think it's perfect the way it is.
Don't you like the halo too? I like the halo.
Because it presents that beautiful pear-shaped stone.
Yeah, it really does. It gives it a little bit more
Get it home,
poignancy.
try it. That's what I say.
One thing, you know, we haven't talked a lot about with Absolute is all Absolute is set in precious metal. So we're talking about precious metal, sterling silver, rhodium plated, part of that platinum family. So this is going to be a lifetime piece in this halo design. It's classic, it's timeless, there's simplicity. If you really desire something that's not overworked or that's not too elaborate, this will be your piece for you. One other thing as well, you know, there's a time and place. I'm a girl who likes elaborate. I like big, I like bold, I like, you know, wow, conversation pieces. But there are times when you just want something subtle. You just want a little sparkle, a little brilliance, a little pick-me-up. It's like that caffeine in the morning, right? This will be it, and you didn't break the bank. If you're looking for a gift for someone, how fantastic to give them this. They will think it's a flawless diamond.
They will think you spent a bunch of money.
Right?
Yes, they will.
They will never guess $20.
And you know, you talk
and they're
about,
certainly not going to ask you, I hope.
you talk about statement pieces and big and bold, and